So today, Bobby's going to talk about what he'd do if he decided to go all in on Crested Geckos, and I'm going to talk about what I would do if I went all in on Gargoyle Geckos.
Yep.
Sound about right?
What project would we start? And I think that's what we want to get at. So. Everybody, welcome back to another one with John and me. We're at it again.
Yes, we are.
Why'd you click on this video?
I guess I just wanted to see a fun little mini episode. I guess we're doing it. We're doing a mini episode. Hold us to it.
What have you been going over today, John?
Okay, so me and Bobby came up with this fun idea. So as you guys know, I am a Crested guy. Maybe I own like 2 Gargs, but I am a Crested guy. That's what I breed. Bobby has owned a Crested Gecko or 2, maybe. They've all since gone away, but he's
like
had
a week or 2 each.
He's had an experience with maybe 1 or 2 kind of pet type Crested Geckos, but he is a Garg breeder. So we thought it would be a fun idea to sort of pick each other's brains and decide what we would do, where our projects would go if we switch species. So today, Bobby's going to talk about what he'd do if he decided to go all in on Crested Geckos, and I'm going to talk about what I would do if I went all in on Gargoyle Geckos.
Yep.
Sound about right?
What project would we start? And I think that's what we want to get at. So I've got a few things. I watch Palm Street, which is mostly Crested Geckos, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, or that's nice. And I've got some criteria that I'm going to go over of what would make a good project in my mind, not knowing jack shit about what actually would work. And and you'll do the same with gargoyles. So to help us out on this, we're going to jump over to a split screen with Morph Market. Whatever's up there is up there. We're not critiquing anybody's geckos. We're not saying one's better than other. We probably, because we have an imaginary kind of budget, and we just want to look at the pretty things, we're probably going to filter and make sure that it's the most expensive shit out there.
I guess. Should we define a budget real quick? Okay, I was going to say with Gargs and Crested, there is a bit of a price disparity. So my budget would probably be a little higher just because, again, I like nice things. Bobby also likes nice things, but there's a lot of different nice things at Crested.
That are more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So,
at
the end of the day, I don't want to put a limit on the budget because, again, we're not actually buying this. And I've got a few different ideas in my head of what I would want to do, and some are more expensive than others. And so I really don't know what they would cost. But let's just jump right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go first.
Do it.
We got it.
First.
Okay.
All right, so let's share the screen.
And now Bobby's going to be controlling the Morph Market, so I'm going to be telling him where to go. So,
By the way,
wow, look at that. That's nice.
Speaking of this right now, I probably shouldn't be. Well, it'll be done by the time this posts. John, I'm telling you, if you actually are serious about getting into Gargoyle, I don't even know who's the seller. Okay, Specialty Herps.
Oh, I know them.
You know them?
I know them. I think I follow them on Instagram.
Okay, cool. I think I follow them on Instagram too. That's where I saw this. But they actually have this in the wrong area. It's not under Gargoyles. But looking at other things with you, look at this male.
Yeah, and
it is gorgeous.
I can see this is my limited knowledge of Gargs, guys. Keep in mind, this is all of what Bobby's taught me. It looks like the stripes coming down are more jagged. They're less lateral, at least on the dorsal. So it looks like there's room to grow there a little bit. I meant like coming down the lateral.
Not to make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about right off.
Dang it.
These are pretty damn uniform. There's not much static.
Okay.
So I don't see these spreading very much, just personally. You've got some nice lipstick forming over here. Not much of a head. There's a little dot here that I kind of look out for. Not much of a head dot there, but it's got really nice, thick center stripe, which if you're looking to produce, potential eyebrows in the next generation, that might be something. Also, I'm looking at this down here. You know, that's kind of a nice indicator of quality. But this is just a solid 6-stripe. And right now, it's on auction. It's got 3 bids, $400. If you could pick this up for 600 or less, this is a steal. An
Oh, really?
absolute
Wow.
steal. Yeah.
Okay.
This thing, John, I'm going to recommend that you start with this if you want to do a stripe project. But I know
All
you're
right.
not a stripe guy.
I can't. I'm not starting with stripes. I can't do it. We're gonna go
No.
with blotches.
All right, so let's
But
go back over here.
look out, guys. Maybe by the time this airs, I'll have an unboxing video of a Garg. Who knows? Who knows?
Who
I
knows?
don't know.
It
I'm
might even
going
be
on
striped.
I'm going on a good streak though. I've officially gone the longest I've gone without buying a Gecko in like literally over a year. So we'll see.
Well,
We'll see if that stays or
because
not.
you said that, you know.
Now it's gonna
it's
happen. I jinxed myself.
correct. All right, so let me go back in here. So looking at this is just the front page right now. This is what's brand new, rotating in. Anything catch your eye before I start filtering?
So I think this is going to be just from what I've seen, what I like in Gargs. I really like I'm a really big contrasty guy when it comes to my blotches. So I love the like super pale base on a nice bright blotch.
Okay.
I don't really like red bases. I mean, sorry. I like red bases. Okay, I shouldn't say I don't
It's
like
not
red
your
bases.
preference.
They're amazing, yes. But if I'm going to start, I'm going to want to go for a really nice contrasty blotch. So if I think LAC has something right there. It's a
does.
female. And this is one thing, guys. This is something that I do. When I start my projects, I find females first. I know that's a little backwards compared to most people. A lot of people say go find the best male you can and then buy a female. When I start projects, I usually start buying females because I really want to make sure I find the nice male, and I can be a little less picky on my females, so I can get a general vibe for the project with the females, and then I can go back in once I've really honed it in and buy a nice male.
That works, so let's do it. All right, so we're looking at this female here. Let me do this. Go ahead. So tell me, what do you like about this female?
So again, it's super contrasty, really nice. I think I'm noticing that's not lipstick, is it? That's more like cheek. That's the secondary stripe coming in on the head.
Photo.
There we go. Yeah, it's like by the eyes. It's not necessarily lipstick.
Yeah, no, it's
So
got a
there's
nice
some-
cheek pattern
Yeah.
here.
So there's some nice head coverage. That's one thing I've learned from Bobby when looking at Gargs is you want to see the little minute details in head coverage because that's a really big deal with Gargs. So there's some on the
Just an added
sides.
bonus, yeah.
Yeah. Some on the sides. I'm really liking, from what I can tell, I don't know if in the description that says it's fully fired, but if that's as fired as it gets, I really, really am enjoying it. I do think...
Yeah, that's hard to tell. Because some of them do have a really nice white base. I would say, I'm guessing this is a fired
Partial.
down to maybe partial. And what's nice is actually, no, this is fully fired down.
It's
You can
fired
tell the
down.
difference.
Yep.
This might be fully fired up, which, you know, that might be right up your alley.
Yeah. And so now that I've seen like this, I'm liking the general vibe of this Garg. Actually, when I went to Tinley last, I was taking pictures of LAC's Gargs and sending them to Bobby when I was debating on buying
Yes,
one.
you were. Yep.
So if I find a breeder that I genuinely like and I find an animal, I will click on the breeder on Morph Market and just browse all of the Gargs they have for sale to see if there's a better example of one that I'd want or if they have something similar, just so I can make an informed purchase and not just like hit the first one I see. So I'm liking
Yeah.
the look of this Garg. I'm liking the contrast. It's got
Well, and yeah, like you
some
said, you can
cheeks.
just hit
Yeah.
what they have.
And so I'm going to click, we're going to click on LAC, and then we're going to scroll down to their Gargs. So it looks like
3.
they've got 3, and so then we can look at them. So right now I'm looking,
There.
yeah, if we could click on that. So again,
Look
I
at
might,
the 550.
There's
Another
two
female for
550s.
7. This one's nice.
and this is kind of an added bonus with, I really like that one.
I can see
Yeah,
why. And you
I
like
really-
orange more, like you said, more of that fiery orange.
And again, this is something I love oranges, but Bobby was telling me that orange is kind of a hard project to get into, and since I don't have any experience with Gargs, I'm gonna pick something that I still love, but is something more that I can learn on.
So
And
one thing I like about this girl, sorry to interrupt you, but I just
no,
want
go
to point
ahead.
something out. It's always important because
Yeah,
pictures can be, if you're not paying attention, they're not intentionally deceiving, but they can be deceiving if it's not like on a hand, right? Where there's something to see. I'm looking at this gecko and I'm like, oh, I mean, could this gecko be 15 grams? How old is this gecko? Because a lot of orange will then turn red as they age. This is kind of cool because looking at this is
yeah, it's
42
40
grams
grams.
already.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's
that's
a
good.
good size female.
That's a ready to breed by next season female. You know, like
Most likely, yeah.
I'm sure
given the age.
I could get like 10, 15 grams on it by next season.
Yeah.
So and then, again, this is a female. This is what I'm liking. And a nice thing, since I don't want to like just get them from here, but since I'm liking this, I'm thinking I'm going to start with like a trio of gargs.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
that's in my head. I'm thinking a trio, and if I bought two females from the same breeder, then it gets a lot easier to sort of like guesstimate with the lineage and things because I know the females are from the same place. And that's a
wonder if
trick I learned from
they're
Bobby, actually.
well, and a lot of so this is the same pairing. So group 7 Poppy. So yeah, if you get two, and this is a good sized girl too.
Yeah, that's another
34
35.
grams.
Yeah.
If you were to buy sisters, then obviously, you know, if you got a male in a group, you don't want to track it as diligently. You know, it's got the same genetics overall. And actually, I got to give a shout out to Sundown Reptiles, who says they do that a lot. So, pretty cool little strategy there if you can get sisters.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's
And-
back out of here and go back this way. But go ahead.
Yep. I was going to say, and another thing, when you're looking for a new project, if you're new to that scene, research the breeder, find out if they're reputable. I know LAC. I've bought many animals from LAC. They're amazing people. I know they're going to give me a good quality animal, and they're going to be there for me if I ever have questions. That's always something huge and definitely a factor to consider when you're buying animals.
All right, so let's look at the traits here, just to kind of filter through. So you can see a whole bunch of things. A lot of these things, honestly, like modeled, horn crown, like a lot of these are kind of just ridiculous and not really worth clicking on. Some of the new ones, pastel is becoming more popular. Phantom Eye, if that's your jam. All the different base colors. These are all markers. Big one a lot of people are going to go for are the Super Stripes.
Super Stripes,
the
6
Ultra
Stripes,
Blotch.
Ultra Blotch.
6 Stripes.
Do they have a skeleton blotch on here, or is it just blotch? I've
Skeleton.
never. Oh, they do have skeleton. Oh, okay.
Skeleton. Yeah. See, what? Here's the other thing. Just because you click on something doesn't mean, like, this is
It's
clearly
gonna-
not a skeleton. Okay. No offense to this breeder. Maybe they just accidentally typed it in real fast. But these are not skeletons. The skeleton is a blotch, and that is a stripe. So
Is that from Sundown? I saw the one from Sundown.
this one's Sundown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
So yeah, this one's got kind of a cool tiger stripey thing going on here, where it's got the true banding. That's really cool. Yeah, this is a smaller gecko for sure. 6 grams, I can tell. Unsexed, a lot of potential, so price is a little bit lower. But compared to the prices for LAC, you know,
Yeah,
gotta
it's
make your choices.
it's either buy a 35-gram gecko that's got, and again with Sundown, I love that gecko, but
Yeah.
to me that's a little bit too deep a red for me.
yeah,
Because
that would do more red.
I'm gonna be picky about my red since I'm looking in the forefront in the future. Maybe I want to hold back the orange's offspring, get a different orange male, and make a different project out of these. So I have to
So
be.
you're skipping over Guard Queen's red on red here.
Yeah, no, I love the red on reds. I think they're gorgeous. But for me, I'm wanting a super contrasty pale base and more of like a hypo reddish orange look.
Like this.
Oh, that's enough. Yeah, that's a good one. Holy cow.
That's a good one. Yeah, nice male. Again,
Yeah,
if you
it's
like
the
the
male
more
too.
banded look, that's what this one is. Are you more into the skeleton kind of stuff, or more the ultra blotch, or
So
super blotch, whatever you want to call it?
I've been debating on, because again I think about this all the time. I like the type of like this where the skeleton has that uniform pattern, but it's still a blotch, and I think that aids in the contrast of what I'm going for. Because with ultra blotches, I know this is gonna, because with most gargs it's patterned coverage, and that's usually what a lot of people go for. But I really like the contrasty look. Again, I just automatically looked at LAC's animal and was like, ooh, that's nice. But we already looked at that.
Yep, very nice.
Oh,
This
look.
was really... Oh, there's one from
Yeah,
this place called Gecko
that
Cove.
bottom left is a really nice one, actually. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. Man, maybe I should.
This one I've been eyeing. I love Paul.
I can tell.
Yeah, I hearted it. Look at that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
look
wow.
at this female. Again, older, doesn't give a weight, but born in 2023. Definitely more of an orange female. And if I'm honest on this, the reason why I haven't contacted Paul about this girl is because I have a bunch of orange and I want more deep reds. So a lot of my girls are bicolor, which is a really cool look in itself, you know. But yeah, so this is a gorgeous, really
Yeah, that's a
well-covered,
really nice one.
super. So that'd be a cool one.
Yeah, that's a really nice super blotch. And again, for me, I'm still like, now that I've found some animals that I like, I'm still judging based off of like the contrast, right? So for me, that one was super. And again, maybe these animals that I'm looking at from LAC aren't fully fired, but I'm going off of like palest face I can get.
What's nice about their photos again is that they have fired up and fired down photos, where a lot of people just show the fired up photos. Now with blotches, that could be different because some blotches, because of the contrast, just look badass when they're fired down. Any of these catching your eye?
Let's see here. So I'm already sort of, now I'm basing off, I'm in my head, I'm getting 2 females from LAC already.
Okay.
So for me,
I've got for a male.
I've got my 2 females. I've got my 2 females down. Normally when, and this is an overall like pricing. This is an overall like pricing thing for me. I usually try to spend the same amount on one male as I did all my females. So that's normally, that's in my head, I should be spending twice or 3 times as much on a male as a female.
I know
this one,
girls, but I'm just saying this.
Is this from?
This
is this a girl?
Is from Gecko Select. This is a female, and this thing is just littered. This
that's
potential.
gorgeous.
I guarantee, because this has been up for quite a while. With updated photos, this thing's probably
and
up
this
already.
one, it looks like that's fired down, and the next is fired up as well. That's fired down. That's fired up. So again, for me, that's a great example to see. Okay, it still retains that pale base. I'm looking to, and it's orange as added bonus. It's a little young. You know, it's only 16 grams, so there's a chance that orange could turn red.
And that's one thing with Morph Market, guys. And I'm not saying that Gecko Select hasn't updated it. Maybe these are more updated than I know, but. Sometimes breeders have stuff up and we get busy and all of a sudden that 14 gram gecko is now 25 grams and you know, ask questions. Most of the awesome breeders are willing to show you new pictures, maybe send you a video. I guarantee I've worked with them before asking questions. It's super awesome to work with, and it got back to me very quickly, so highly doubt that would be an issue.
Bobby, do you already have a bunch of animals in your saved?
I do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to like give away what you're eyeing. Otherwise,
if we pre-planned this a little bit better.
If it was cleaned out, I would have said we could save these. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to give away what you're eyeing.
Well, here, let me do that. I don't think it's anything I have to keep in there. So I'm going to end the.
Oh, there we go.
This, I'll go in here. Let me go to my like. Is it saved or liked? Saved, I've got a few more. Liked. Alright, I'm going to unlike a whole bunch. And we just like the ones.
There we go. That'll work.
So, you can see all the people that I really like. It's funny, most of the ones I like are mine, because then I can track them. Like, how many other people like my gecko?
Okay, yeah.
It's the ones that I'm selling, so...
Well, if you get to a point where it's just like a line of ones you're selling, that's all you need to like. So then that's the... I just figured that way we could like an animal, come back, and then decide to make cuts or something, you know, because whenever I'm looking for animals on Morph Market, I'll save 3 or 4 of them and then go back and look at them individually and decide which one I like the most.
Fair enough. I've only got 4 more left.
Okay.
What's fun is I've saved a few that are geckos that I've acquired, but were sold on Morph Market originally, and I can see their baby pics, which is kind of cool.
All of my animals that I've bought off Morph Market are still saved in my saved animals, so I can
Love it.
keep track of weights and more date of birth and lineage for me, so that way I don't have to write it down.
I track it all in a spreadsheet, so I don't need it, but it's fun just to look at.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to go back in here.
Okay.
We'll tag those geckos with the like. All right, and we'll compile it. Cool. Sweet.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and like this $700 one from LAC, and then that other one we just saw, that female.
Okay, so going back here just real quick. Cheat. Keeps doing that to me. Sorry, technical difficulties, everybody.
It's all right.
Trying to make two screens work with only one. All right, so this is the sibling. Fastest way to get there
Yep.
is just to go here, 700.
And then like that one.
And I will like this animal. Here we go.
There we go. Liked.
All right, so there's the first one, and then do you want the $500
Yep.
one too, or do you want the other?
Yeah, let's like the sibling just for now, so that way we can go back and we can look at everything.
We can always get rid of it. All right, because I almost like this one better, to be honest with you, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And this is a good opportunity since I have a gargoyle breeder here. He can go ahead and critique what I picked out and give me his as professional of opinion as Bobby can have.
Well,
you know,
and there's
but
personal preference on things
Yeah.
you're looking at, and so one thing I want to point out is not that I'm critiquing well, they should be charging more for this. Well, this is a younger gecko; they should be charging more because they, But sometimes price is not everything. Just because it costs more doesn't mean it's the best animal for you to buy. Even when it comes to the same breeder. So it's what you value it at, it's what the breeder values, their time, and what they see in it. And then sometimes it's okay to ask the breeder, you know what, out of these two siblings, what's the difference? What are you seeing in the value of that $200 difference? And not in a negative way, like, why are you charging more? But more of help me understand this animal so that I can appreciate it. So.
And sometimes maybe the answer is, oh well, it's just 20 grams more. I've had it, I've raised it up. My cost of food in it is more. I have more invested in the animal, so I have to charge much.
20 grams is a big thing.
It's 20 grams is a very big deal.
It's huge. And so yeah, definitely something. I remember when I first started, I reached out to a breeder, I won't say who, and I asked that question about a Chihuahua gecko. I'm like, what's the difference between this one and this one? I really don't see a difference, And they're like, just do me a favor. We've been doing this for over 10 years. We just know the parents. I know that you don't see the difference, but there's a huge difference. And I'm like, looking back now, I'm like, yeah, I do now see the difference, but I had no idea, It's like,
yeah.
What is a white collar worth?
Exactly.
Versus non-white collar?
It's like me when you explained to me what eyebrows were. I was like, why is this one 2,000 and this one 500? I don't now I see it whenever I see an animal. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why.
Not everybody
right.
loves it, but let's look for the male or the other one that we.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Do you remember the breeder? I can't remember the breeder.
Yeah, I can just do this. Traits, super
Traits.
lot. Okay.
And we scroll.
We scroll
right
to the few. This one.
There, I think. Yep.
All right, so now you need a male.
Okay.
Right.
So let's see here. First off, I just noticed. Oh yeah, it's filter for male. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So filter for male. I'm gonna just for fun go by. Can I? Yeah.
Price highest to lowest.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that feature.
And this isn't a surefire way, because again, like we said, just because the price is higher doesn't mean it's the best option. But
you may not want to buy the two most expensive male flashes out right now.
Honestly, I really don't understand. They're from this guy, Gecko Cove. Who?
I know. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. Fun part is this one was orange up until a hot minute ago. It came from a really orange dad. brouhaha, and yeah. So, but turned red, so you don't want it.
All right, so we're scrolling, we're looking.
I like this bicolor male from Critter Creek.
That is. I was just noticing that one before we turned the.
These are all your
This
males.
is. All right, well let's click on that bicolor right there, because I was noticing that one before we did the deal. Okay, seeing a lot of
that's sexy.
orange. Okay, wow. Yeah, I like that one a lot. And I'm assuming that that's fired up.
Yeah.
To me that looks like a fired up gecko.
This is a fired up gecko. Yeah. Again, you can always ask for more pictures. Reach out to Critter Creek. I was just commenting on their Instagram today that there you go. She's a phenomenal artist, and I got to get some work done by her because she knows how to draw gargs. A lot of people who are artists, they draw gargs and it's like, just missing something. She does it right. Obviously she produces them too. But anywho. Yeah.
So we're looking at it. It's 23 grams, so it's still got a long ways to progress. That's another thing to think of. Like if you're seeing a smaller animal and you're already like, oh wow, this one looks as nice as an adult, there's a chance it's probably going to look better than that other adult you're looking at.
Yeah.
But also give and take, because the two, I think that female the other one, the one from LAC they're older, so that's something to consider too. But females take longer to be able to reproduce too. So for me, I'm looking at like I could maybe do like a mid-season pairing, maybe if he gains enough weight.
So males tend to grow a little bit slower, in my opinion, with gargoyles. And so this was birth date's on here, which is nice. July 19th, 2024.
Yep.
That's a good size, in my opinion. 23 grams for a gecko that's a year old, being male. I'll be honest with you, I have males that aren't that size and that are a year old, and they're eating bugs. So, it'll hit its growth spurt. It's funny, males from like 25 to 35 grams, all of a sudden, it'll in like 2 weeks it'll be that.
Yep.
And then it'll be another like while of a hiatus. It's like, come on, get to 45. Come on. So it is what it is. But I think that's a solid choice. But let's look one more time.
Let's save this one.
Save that one.
We'll save this one so that way we can go back and look at everything.
Just pin it on the board.
There we go. And then let's look at that. Yours actually on the right, on the top.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because it looks like
this
the one
would have caught your eye more.
Because the one on it's looking like the base is a little too dark for me. I'm trying to be picky on the base.
This is a very light base male.
See, I'm going more for like the base when I'm picking this out, because I really want to do a contrasty look. So to me,
this is fired up.
I love this animal because of how pale the base is. The base for me is what I'd want to do with gargs, because the red on red is very popular, and I kind of want to do something a little different. That's just my unique spin. If I'm going to do gargs, that's what I want to do. So
this boy is fired down like 80% of the time. It is so hard for me to take photos with this thing fired up. And then sometimes I'm like, is it fired up? Yeah, this is fired up. So
this accidentally turned into free marketing for Gecko Cove, because
you didn't have this one.
He just happens to have the best blotches,
right now,
right now,
these might be taken down really quickly, so they might be not even for sale by the time
for what's available on Morph Market. So I think since it's still technically up right now, we should save that one as well.
Okay.
And then let's look at.
Can we look at the females one more time, or you want to look at one more male?
Let's look at this male down here, the second row to the left, the 2250 one. 2250.
Oh, yeah, from Dragonborn.
Yeah.
This is from Dragonborn.
Okay, so this is the more like skeleton-y blotch, right? Is that what I'm seeing? With the dorsal, and then it's stretching out the dorsal.
Dorsal influence.
The heavy dorsal influence, I would say, is more of like it's a super blotch, but with dorsal influence.
Yeah.
And I'm liking that. And then I am not, to me, that's too dark for a base. Compared to the ones I've seen,
Okay.
To me, that's too fired of a base. So we're not going to do that one. And this is me being nitpicky because
Sure.
if I'm going to start a project, I'm going to get what I want.
So what's funny is I just want to point this out. I really think Dragonborn. I've actually got one of his males, which I'll show you because I have it for sale too. And again, probably will be taking it down before this video, airs. But if you have not seen his girl Amaterasu, and if you don't know who Gargoyle Queen Vapona is, it's one of those things. If you're in the Gargoyle world, you know those blotches because they're just some of the best in the last few years, and now their kids are out producing them a little bit. But they did a pairing together, and they produced a few different ones. Ryan over at Dragonborn, he had this female Tiger Bomb, and then he also has another female that produced my most killer female Christmas, and so they're just absolutely stacked genetically speaking. So this is definitely, if anybody's watching this and this is still up, it's a powerhouse.
And again, I'm not saying that's a bad animal. That is going to be a cornerstone animal, and whoever's project buys that, that's going to be a cornerstone animal. I'm just being picky for my personal preference. Exactly. That's the point.
I think that's awesome because I've had things where I go and I show people, like I talked to somebody about buying this gecko, which is mine, right? And they wanted more of a deep red. They thought this was too fiery orange for them, and I respect that. It might turn fiery red, Looking at its parents, it probably will, but you buy what you see it. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't, you don't. So this is again from Dragonborn Exotics. Vapona Amaterasu, and then kind of mixed with some South Tex Gex. Carl, shout out to him, awesome guy, amazing gargoyles, amazing animals, and mixing the two just is insane. I'm really probably need to take this down right after we record because looking at this, I mean, just look at the banding.
Guys, you might not be able to get this animal. You better.
Oh, they won't.
Better see in the future to buy this before this comes out.
Yeah. There you go. So, snooze, you lose. I get crazy sometimes, post stuff, see if it goes, but if it doesn't,
it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, that red is like glowing out of the screen.
Yeah, this is gonna be really bright. But I just like, you see a lot of blotches. Just go back here, how big the blotches are, right? Kind of like Dalmatians, how like you've got the big oil spots, kind of like this. This is actually a half brother to the one you liked, the one up here. So, Brouhaha, same father. But, versus this is more that, true banding, and it's just a lot of it. So, unique. Throw that out there. Let's look.
I think I'm done with my picks. Let's look at the saved and see what we need to cut. Because I'm just going for like a simple trio. I'm not making a giant big project.
Cool. All right, so trio, pick your favorite. Do we want to start with male, or do we want to weed out a female first?
Let's weed out the females first. So let's compare the LAC ones first, just to see what's going on.
The high-end girl first. So you got a
so
larger
this is
girl,
her.
42.
Yeah, she's bigger. She's a little bit more on kind of the red end. I'm sort of noticing. There's a lot of. Oh, okay, never mind.
I know.
Okay, never mind. And then let's look at the base here. Yeah, when they fire up, more orange and red comes out. So again, I'm loving this girl. She's 42 grams. Great price, in my opinion. I have limited knowledge of Gargs, but I think that's a great price. Some cheeks, I can't really. Could you flip to a side view here just so I could see?
I need a profile.
Okay, it's looking
she looks
like
she's been mewing.
This gecko's been looks maxing for everyone that understands brain rot.
Love it.
I'm looking at a little bit of the cheeks. I don't know if this one has as much cheek influence as the cheaper one. Because that might be
I
what...
like full cheeks. They're about equal.
Okay,
Maybe a tad more.
Okay.
But one thing I'm noticing down here, can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Okay. See these little specks here? See the specks here? I like that. That's just a personal preference. I like freckles.
So let's swipe to the fired up photos again just to see how dark the base gets. because that's something, and I
A
think,
little bit more here.
yeah, a little bit more. She's,
And it's like
overall,
a
I
dot
think
there, two there.
she has a little less patterning on her dorsal, from what I can tell, just a smidgen. But she is younger as well, so there's more of a chance that some could grow in. For me, and this is just me spitballing here, I am liking not only the fact that the other one has a little bit more patterning, but since it's older and it's still retained that orange, that gives
Yeah,
me a more of an incentive that it's going to stay orange. Because I'm going for more of an orange project, so I want to try my best to get that orange to stay into adulthood.
so does that
So,
mean you want only one from this pairing? So are we gonna get
well,
rid
now
of
we got to
the?
see because we got to look at the other female here, just
All
in
right,
case.
all right.
She's pretty stunning. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah,
No,
we're,
no,
we're
you're good. Keep her. All right, am I getting
so.
rid of this one here?
Yep, we're
All
we're
right.
getting rid of her.
We got
And
expensive
again,
taste.
absolutely stunning animal. Someone's gonna get her and be very happy with her. I'm just being very picky.
All right, now the
So
battle of the
we've
boys.
we've got our females. So we've got our nice super blotch, a lot of orange going on, pale base. We've got a theme. We got a theme. We're looking for as much orange
Yep.
and the palest base possible. So first, let's go ahead and look at the. We'll do the bicolor blotch first.
Okay.
So here we are, a lot of coverage, a lot of coverage. It's kind of hard to tell between coverage and base pattern. And it's looking like this is fired up.
I mean,
You know,
this anywhere where you see kind of that darker tiger banding, that's just coverage. Base color you can see is a completely different
Yep.
kind of paler color.
And
sparse.
for me, the base color is looking a little dark compared to my females. So now I'm comparing my females and comparing to what I already have. With my females, I've got a really nice pale base sort of locked in, and I'm seeing that this male is darker than them, and so that makes me a little wary since this male is going to be paired to both of those females. So I want this male to be as light as possible. So that's something I need to look out for, but his patterning is insane, and it's a bunch of orange, but he is only 23 grams, so we have to be wary of that orange turning into red because it's already looking like some of it is turning into red.
Yep. So I am crying that this is not female because if it was, this would be in my collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is nice. I love that gecko.
So now let's look at Bobby's.
Yep, there you go. And this is in my collection.
This is in Bobby's
This
collection.
is only 18 grams.
So 18 grams again, and the base is already way paler than the other one.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing more defined
more
red.
red.
It's more red. So now I have to decide what would be easier to breed out. Would it be easier to lighten up the base, or would it be easier to lighten up the red? And so, as far as what I know from Gargs, it's very hard to keep an orange. The more you breed oranges together, the more dark it is. But I don't know how hard it is to change base colors. So this is when I would consult someone who knows more than me, like Bobby, and ask what you think the easier thing to work on in a program would be. Base color
I'm
or...
going to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know which one's easier.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking of like...
Because
when it comes to...
I'll be honest with you. I don't hear many people focus in the way you're focusing in on base color, which I like that strategy. And I hear a few people. But it's more about the pattern color, the pattern coverage, than it is about base color for a lot of people. But I like that, and you're making me like my gecko more the more you talk about them this way. So
just me hearing that makes me think not very many people are working on lightning base color, so I need to pick the lightest base color I can to start. Me hearing that not many people are focusing on that makes me think it's going to be harder to introduce animals with light bases. So because of that, I'm probably going to sacrifice the quality of orange for the lighter base.
And
this is a trade-off.
Again, not saying it's easy to lighten up a gecko with orange, but also lineage-wise, if you were to reach out to me and ask me for parent picks, his father is bright orange.
There we go.
So there's orange there. Cool. I think we have our final trio.
Yep. So locked in. I've got my trio. This is Bobby. You'll give me the final answer if you think I did good. My goal was a bright orange, pale base, super blotch trio. That was what my goal. My main goals for this are keeping a nice contrasty base and also having that more orange, bright red rather than that deep orange.
Yeah.
I think I did pretty well. That's just me, though.
Well, I mean, with this unlimited fake budget, yeah.
Yeah, the budget helps.
You know, I would buy a few of these geckos with unlimited budget. But honestly, I think it's a great trio. I think this is the deal of the day here, just from a financial standpoint. I think this guy's ripping you off like fucking crazy.
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to like talk to the Gecko Co guy.
Down,
I'll give him a couple Crested Geckos on top or something.
Yeah, trades for. I hear he really is looking for a super high end female blotch. So if you got an older super high end female blotch, hit him up.
That means I'm out.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Shucks.
What are you gonna
But that's my trio. That's what I would do if I was going to go all in on Gargs. I would focus on a bright orange, hypo type red, contrasty, pale base, blotch Garg.
Okay.
So there we go.
So I'm going to get rid of these for fun.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to switch over to Crested Geckos. Now, before I jump in, let me get off this for a second. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Cool. Now, before I jump into Crested Geckos, I'm just going to spitball a few different ideas, and you let me know what you think would be more realistic, because I kind of go pie in the sky stuff. Okay? First one is a green project. I've seen a lot of olive green geckos, but realistically, I want the gecko to be green most of the time. And I've heard that a lot of fired up green geckos are black and then fired down. It's like you got to catch them in the right, like mid-fire to see green. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Now, I did hear that there's a, listen to the Gecko Pod, the Grinch project coming out with little monsters. That I'm keeping an eye on, but that's not going to be a Morph Market today. So that would be what I'd want to do. The other one is Chochos. Not going to do Chochos today.
We also have to keep in mind. We got to keep in mind what's going to be on Morph Market.
Correct. That's what I think. Because I don't think Ruby Reptiles. They're not releasing anything, and I think they're the only ones. If not one or two.
They release it, but there's a healthy wait list before it drops on any form of social media. Yeah, of course, it's an amazing morph. Yeah.
All right. So those are out. I'm debating whether I should go Dalmatians, or should I do? I talked to you about this a little bit earlier. Should I do the? I guess is it Fire Pinky? What's it called?
Fire Pinky Genetic Hypo.
The
white one.
Right. Try to get the 3 gene animal with. I'm just gonna call it Fire for ease. Fire. Lily White,
Final Sable Lily. Yep. I think you could go either way. One of those again is going more of the morph genetic trait route, whereas other one is going more of the dominant line breeding polymorphic route.
Yeah.
So I could see, like with you being a Garg breeder, you're all polymorphic. So I could see why you'd wanna. I feel like you'd want to go more with genes since you don't get to experience that in the Garg.
Let's do it for this one. All right.
Sure.
Everybody knows what a Dalmatian looks like. All right. So I want to create something new. Screen. Here we go. Let's go over to Crested Geckos.
It will be fun because I would be curious to see if they have any example of like genetic hypo lilies, because genetic hypo in its single gene form does affect pattern.
Yes.
So there is the potential of even in the single gene to affect it pattern-wise and make it look like a different animal.
Fair enough.
So if we want,
I'm just going to filter this real quick.
Yep.
So traits.
So the navigation is going to be a little bit more difficult with the Cresties since there's
a lot more, and a lot more of these actually apply.
Yeah, there's 6,000 rather than 1,600.
I love triple X too, but all right. Let's start with the newer, more expensive gene, which is going to be what are they calling it on here if it's not fire?
I think they're calling it
hypo?
genetic hypo. I think that's what they have it listed on Morph Market as.
is okay. Flame. That's confusing. Oh, they do have fire.
Oh, I guess yeah, fire would be it then, because I think that'll because it's all the same gene. It's
Yeah.
just there's so many different names for it. I was just gonna say the bug
Right.
plug. Will Banks I think has a bunch. So this is when you get to decide how much you want to set out for your project. Are we going no limit money, or are we gonna go like I'm gonna buy a single gene and breed them out, or am I gonna buy all supers? You know.
No limit money. We're playing, the
We're
easy
playing with
version.
Monopoly money. All
We
right.
are because you
So
bought a $4,500
that's true.
nail. So,
That's true. I I think your best bet here would be to buy just if I'm spitballing.
yeah,
The male would probably be best for this gene since it's newer. A female's going to cost way more. If I guess we're playing with Monopoly money, so it doesn't matter. But that's what I would do, especially since this is more of the like this is going to be your most expensive animal.
just for fun. Because I'm trying to get it into one animal. So if I spread out each gene individually, and I'm trying to maximize if it's going to be a male to have the most of what I want to begin with. Okay?
Yep.
So this one caught my eye. Okay? It's an empty back fire lily white.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. You've got one
And
copy
is
of
this
fire,
red?
and you've got a lily. Yeah, that's a red. That's
It's not a
obviously,
bright red, but
and that could be the fire influence. You know, since genetic hypo, pinky, whatever you want to call it, affects
yeah.
patterning, that could just be what one looks like. Also, that gene's in its early stages of development, so there's going to be work to be done on the patterning side, on the base color side.
Okay, so I'm gonna just like that for as an option one, just because I think having two genes in the male could be beneficial. But let's see if I can find a female that anybody's letting go of. So there's a red Harley Brindle. I doubt that's actually a fire.
Yeah. And I think this could be also,
Mostly
again, people
males.
could be misclicking stuff. Again, we're
Absolutely.
just
We're not trying to critique and say you're wrong. You should no, but it
because
happens.
and again back to like what I said, buying from reputable breeders. I know Will Banks works pretty hard
Yeah.
with them. The Bug Plug has been selling them, so
Yeah,
we're also looking
they're
at that.
reliable. I mean, I don't want to go fully unsexed at this point because we're trying to create a trio. No one's got a girl other than unsexed.
Oh
So I'd
wow!
have to. One thing I would
It
do
looks
in
like
reality is reach out to these people and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a girl. What do you got?
Yeah.
If anything,
Yeah.
maybe not. I get told no a lot.
Yeah, be like, hey, I'll buy the unsexed one. Could you at least pour sex it for me?
All right,
You know,
so-
see if you can see something.
What's the nicest leucistic? So the double gene animal. If I'm gonna get a male, I'm gonna do that. It might be this one here or this one here. I don't know what's with the pattern on these.
So, I am also a little intrigued by the patterning on these. I haven't really seen that before.
I haven't
Yeah.
either. I mean, if
That-
it's all
that's
pink,
this is actually promising for you wanting to make a sable lily leucistic
pick
because
the-
there's patterning. Yeah.
yeah, maybe I pick this one. All right, just for fun. All right, so I got
Yeah.
my two males. I wish there was a female, but it is what the market has right now. And so let's
And
go ahead.
now we get to decide, since we're working with Lily, this is something, since we're working with genes, we got to remember about how there can only be one copy of Lily when we're pairing these together.
Correct. And so,
So
if I pick the
if
one
you're
male, I can't do any lily.
exactly, that's something to keep in mind. If we're gonna pick that het leucistic male, the het pinky male, we have to find only sables because we can't pair any lilies. Versus if we just do the super pinky, normal pinky, fire, so many names, then we can look at maybe getting a sable lily.
Speaking of Ruby Reptile,
There we go.
yeesh.
Do you want to change it to an axe project? Because you can do that.
I can just throw axe in it, you know?
You could. I guess we're playing with Monopoly money. You want to
Playing
make
with
het axe?
Monopoly money. I'll put it
You
out
wanna-
for fun.
you wanna do a
super
four
sable. What is
gene
a
animal?
super sable? Now that's a
So it's-
double gene.
Is that Mother of Geckos? Hey, it's Mother
Yeah.
of Geckos. So Super Sable is the super form of Sable, which means it has two copies, and every single animal that pops out of that animal will be a Sable. So if that was a female, you could have paired the super fire pinky to a super sable and gotten all fire
Exactly.
sables.
Yeah. So that would have been phenomenal. All right. And you can so easily it's not a bad thing, unlike cappuccino, to pair sable to sable.
So Sable it's allelic with Cappuccino, but its super form is viable. That's the
Yes.
difference. We can go into genetics another time. I'm not gonna.
And
We're
everybody's
picking
holding
out
back their
geckos.
females. It is just
Yep.
a sausage
Yep.
fest here.
Makes me very happy about my Sable female.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, my light just died. That's okay.
That's all right. No one needs to look at your ugly mug.
Honestly, you're right. I need a
So
haircut. It's bad.
first female I see is a cream sable here. So I'm really big on. Now I say this, and I picked a pinky. The crown head structure, and so especially if I'm pairing it to a pinky, that's gonna
And
matter.
I think that's
This isn't
something.
horrible.
That's definitely something to consider since we're working with a new gene. The head structure is going to be limited. And so if you can find one with a big head to try to fix some of those problems, that's a giant
Would be
plus.
the worst thing. Mm-hmm. All right. I like the look of this here, but again, it's unsexed.
See, there's a
Sable
female
lily
sable
white.
lily right
Yeah.
there.
But it's got that crown that I don't like. You know, again, not the worst. It's got really nice. I don't know if you call them Harlequin lateral, Dalmatian
The
spots too. I know that's hard to get out of certain things. I don't
Yep.
know if I
Dowels
wanna
are kind of a
throw-
hard thing to breed out of. Yeah. It's got nice dripping. You can see that the dripping's coming
Yeah,
down
it's
from
really
the
nice.
dorsal. It's reaching up from the laterals.
A lot of pluses
Nice
on
full
this animal.
pin.
Just maybe not what I want. Um. Okay. Tricolor sable. Again, unsexed, male, 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 male. Guys, start incubating lower. Now,
I wish. I wish.
oh man, I need my girls. Okay, so yeah, so
Maybe
I
we
have
should
to
have
go
hop-
with the sable lily white eggs if I'm doing this
Maybe
project.
maybe we should have hopped on fetal.
Maybe no, I'm good. I don't want to pay the
Import fee.
Yeah, I'm cheap. Here we go. 100% het exanthic sable female. Interesting. This is just beautiful too.
Are we switching gears and going with a Super Sable Axe project now? Is that what's
Might
happening?
turn into it. I mean,
See, this is the fun
actually,
thing about
you know what? I might have to because it's just not viable right now with what's here. So that's
Yep.
one thing. If your project isn't viable and you either be patient and look around.
yeah,
or
we can
switch
change
gears.
directions.
So, okay, let's just say I click this one. So now I've got two females. That
Yeah,
this
you
is
got
het
100% Axe
exanthic.
Sable. Yep.
No lily white on that one, but Let's
Sable
just-
Lily White Axe.
so let's look at the exanthics and see
Oh, yeah.
if there's a male
'Cause you can-
exanthic.
Was that a female? That Sable Lily Axe?
Yes,
Oh wow, these are both
those are both
females.
females.
Okay.
So if I get a
Okay.
male exanthic,
And
then
now
it's a different project.
I'm assuming, are you wanting to keep Phantom out of your project? Because that is something to consider.
I like Phantom. I just don't know if I should.
Because if you're going to get a Phantom Axe, which, again, that's pretty common, all of your animals are going to be 100% Het Axe, and there might be some that prove out to be 100% Het Phantom, since Phantom and Axe have been so intertwined right now.
Okay.
So it's something to consider when you're picking a male is, do you want to make sure Phantom is in or not in the gene pool? Because that's something that sneaks up on a lot of people
So,
is,
like,
oh,
this male
I
would
didn't
be
know
good
these were
'cause
Phantom.
This is Phantom, isn't it?
This is, yeah,
Doesn't
that
say
looks
it,
like a
but it looks
that looks like a
Phantom.
Phantom to me. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't market it as that.
Yeah. 'Cause
That is, yeah, that's a Phantom Gecko.
Again,
okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about, so you correct me. That's
To
kind
me-
of a cool look. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Was it
that's-
fired down?
That is either the mom or the dad.
Okay, I was gonna say parent and last two photos. That makes sense. Okay, I was like, shit, that's a huge difference.
But no, that,
No lily white.
yeah. So again, that's one where if you got it, since it's a lily, oh yep, the dad's a Phantom. So it looks like the axe is also going to be yellow based too. So that's
Is
something
this a
to
really
consider.
low expression lily?
No, if you go back to the dad, that's the lily.
That's the lily. Okay.
See the lily, and since
A
he's
little
phantom,
bit.
it's gonna yeah, and it's got the margining going on. So that's got
Wow.
it's a margin yellow phantom head axe.
I'm assuming it's probably hard to see, but given Dad's got dowel spots,
There's
this one
probably
probably has a few, but not a
some in
lot.
there.
That's a cool
Yeah, I think
option.
I'm a phantom guy. You know that I'm a phantom guy, and I love
Yeah.
that animal.
All
But
right.
and it's
So
also 16 grams October. You could probably have it going in a year or so. You
yeah.
know.
All right. Just look what else real quick. White Tanks always has nice stuff.
Mm.
Xanthic Knight. I don't want to do cappuccino because we already got the sable. I don't want to mix the two.
Mm-hmm.
Stop me if I should be checking any of these out.
Oh, it's kind of hard on my screen. I'm looking.
Okay.
Do you see any non-phantoms you're liking? Are you drawn to the
Dirty Sea.
phantoms?
So I need to stay away from Lily White, don't I? Yeah, I gotta stay away from Lily
Yeah,
White.
if you want to keep that female.
I do.
Okay, so then we are essentially just looking for either a regular axe or an axe sable, but I have a hard feeling you're going to find an axe sable. Well, you might find an axe sable male
Well,
here,
no, we
maybe.
found an X Sable, Het Exanthic Sable female. So now, really,
So
all I need to do, because Sable, you only need one gene, right?
so you
So I could
honestly,
either
and
find a Sable
you could find a sable
Exanthic
axe. Yep.
or just an Exanthic male.
So that's when you want to decide if you want to add super sables into your mix or not.
Which you don't have to do off the bat.
Yeah. So let's just look for. And are you deciding that you want to? Are you okay with having a phantom male as your male?
Absolutely. Okay with
So
the
we're
Phantom.
okay. We're doing phantom. We're doing phantom axe sable lily projects, and
Yeah.
we're gonna see if either of those prove out to be het, or we'll make some really nice hets for next season.
Problem is, all the ones I like are lilies. Exanthic female, no. Okay.
So this is when we could search. We could go search and just. Oh, I guess you can't delete lily on it. So I guess we're looking for a male, aren't we?
We are
So
looking for
let's.
a male.
Do we have a
Proven
male set?
Exanthic. A lot of babies. Exanthic
How's that one?
breed.
That pinstripe visual. Is that? I can't tell if that's phantom
Which
or not.
one? This
The
is
one
a
on
het
your right.
Exanthic lily. No, I don't want that.
The $1,200 one. I guess. Oh, that's
This one. It's
unsexed.
unsexed,
Ah,
5 grams. Yeah, otherwise
dang
it's
it!
really nice.
I was like, oh, that's a nice one.
It's a really nice one. Because, yeah, some of them are kind of gray, the Exanthics, and some are...
Yeah, and that's with your yellowish base, you're going to get more of a gray xanthic versus a darker xanthic. Base color plays into how the xanthic
Which one has
shows.
the yellow base?
So pales, the more pale slate grayish are the yellow bases versus
Oh,
your
okay.
dark base are the jet black xanthics.
So if I mixed this with a dark base, like something like this,
And I'm thinking,
this is actually not a bad option,
oh wow, that's very pretty.
right? I kind of like the dashing. Mm-hmm. That is
That's very pretty.
like,
And man, I'd have to know the parents to decide if that's phantom or not. I can't tell just because of the limited pattern. But the white on the dorsal is leading me to think that it's not a phantom.
Okay.
But I need to know the lineage. But again, there's a chance because phantom and axe have been so intertwined.
intertwined. Yeah, that looks really nice. Again, without the lily white, that might be perfect.
And that's a beautiful, clean, dark-based animal too.
Right. And did you say proven male? Yeah, proven male.
I think it
too.
did, yeah.
So we gotta wait for.
And
my
that's
females.
that's actually something to consider too when we're talking about
Xanthics.
male xanthics. A lot of well, not a lot of them, but some have been coming out sterile. So having that proven aspect to a male phantom is huge, knowing that there's been some fertility issues with male xanthics.
I've heard of that. So yeah, things to consider. All right, I think I'm gonna go kind of like to the fitting room, right? So let's go back to light.
Okay.
Let's see what's reasonable here. So I can either go. Did I click that? I guess I did.
I don't know. So we clicked
Oh, these are ones that I did before. This is a different. See, kind of a greenish
Okay.
base. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, you were looking at him already. Okay,
I love
cool.
this gecko too.
I like that tricolor lily.
Huh? Yeah. Chewy. All right, Lily. So now you can see what I've liked in the past. There you go. Oh, confetti line. That was a whole nother thing.
Bobby's looking at Cresteds.
I
What's
am,
going on
yes.
here?
I do.
What?
All right, let me refresh. Make this. Okay. I think we got it. I just got to get rid of this girl here. And I think we're good to go. So, awesome.
All right. So this is what we're working with.
So I got 2 males. I got 3 females. Empty back, fire, lily.
So
white.
that's the leucistic,
Yes.
the fire, the pinky. Then we got the 100% axe sable. We've got a sable lily white axe, a Lucy, super pinky, and then a proven black pinstripe axe. So this is when you want to decide, do you want to go for the long haul and make some fire het axanthic sable lily whites, or do you want to go with axanthic? What are you feeling right now?
I already have my choice. So
Okay,
looking at
wow.
this, I like this. This female here, as nice as she is, does nothing for me for excitement. Okay, she's got the right genetics.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to look at that gecko every day, I'm not excited. That's
That's an extremely fair assessment. That's
You know
exactly
what
what
I
I.
mean? That's
Yeah.
what I do. It's what I do with my animals I currently keep. So that basically does the project for me. As much as I love the look of this super dark, contrasty, proven axanthic male, I'm getting rid of it, going back to the original, and let's show the final 3. So, looking at this, you've got basically your double, fire, which is the leucistic male. I don't know what's going on with the back. I want to figure out what's going on with the back.
That is really cool.
Let's just throw it in the mix and see what comes out. I do love reds. It's not the most vibrant red, but I like reds. And so I'm going to go, empty back. I don't know really how that works. I don't understand it. Most of the time I see what's called a empty back or a head empty back. There's shit in the middle. If it was an empty back, it'd be empty.
I own one, and the only reason I own it is because there wasn't any stuff in the middle. So that's the reason I own it, because I can actually tell it's an empty bag.
Empty back, yeah. I love it when they are.
Yeah.
This one's almost an empty back, it looks like. They don't say it's an empty back. But anyway, and this one's just filled with its back. But anyway. But this one can make more super fires. Okay.
Make some fire lilies. Yeah.
You can do fire lilies. Again, I don't know how that works. Throw in empty back if that can play a factor. And then these 2 here, it's not going to make... It'll make fires. It won't make supers, which is fine. Sable, it can make a sable fire. It can make a sable lily white fire.
And everything's going to be het axanthic.
And everything will be het X.
So you are setting yourself up for next season, which is... and this is a common theme. Like I talked about setting myself up for next season too. That is what you should be doing when you start a project, is already thinking of, okay, what am I going to do with these babies? Because then it's something that's going to be constantly evolving, and you can improve.
Because you're going to want to buy more geckos, and that's just an excuse to buy more geckos. So this, if I had unlimited funds, it's funny. I pick a $10,000 gecko, a $7,500 gecko, and a $550 gecko. I love it. Yeah, scale, spins, and feathers. There you go. You got my budget pick from the Crested Gecko. Bug plug. I mean, I just like expensive, beautiful things. I'm really curious. If you want to come on, maybe the podcast, hit us up. I'd love to know more about this.
Yeah, morph. I would love to talk about this morph and how it reacts, and especially if they can explain the dorsal. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about that.
Yeah, and then I would love to get Ruby Reptiles on this podcast, just because.
Oh yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Gargoyles, best damn one. The David's Gargoyle, the Gecko competition. Why am I blanking on what it's called? The Gold Standard.
Golden
Gecko
Standard.
Club. There we go. Sorry, David. But yeah, so won that with his just killer male, and I got to get that lineage. So I'd love to talk about that. He's got exanthics like this. He's got sables. He's got bearded dragons that are just mind blowing. So yeah, Ruby Reptiles, hit us up. We'd love to have you on. So, all right, I think that's my final choice. I think you are probably surprised that I spent more money than you in this theory.
I'm extremely surprised. I really, really, really did not think you were going to spend more money than me.
Yeah, well,
but it
my
just
wife
happens.
Tell you that you would have been wrong from the start. So the more you know. Awesome. Well, I think that was kind of a fun little exercise.
Yeah,
I know
that
we've
was
been
fun.
talking about that for quite a while. What do you guys think? Do you think we made the right choices given the parameters that we were looking for? You know, I'm not dropping that kind of money, so don't expect me to have that trio.
Yeah, I'm not either. Don't expect me to next week be like, look at my trio of geckos I unboxed for $7,000. You know.
But if those breeders watch this and they want to donate those geckos to us to see what we can produce with them, and
Donate
have that be
them
an
to me.
episode, happy to take them into our collection.
If y'all want to trade some cool Cresties for your Gargs, I'll do it.
There you go. And again, I picked some crazy expensive ones, so I've got some nice gargoyles. I don't think you're going to want to trade those to me, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, any last thoughts, John, on this?
No, I think this was super fun. I enjoyed doing this a lot, actually.
Yeah,
It's great.
maybe we'll do it again with a different project.
Yeah.
Put in
We
the
do that,
comments, if you've made it this long, put in the comments what project, put a Crested project and a Gargoyle project, and maybe one other Gecko project.
Yeah,
in the comments
wild
that you would like us to go through and try to pick out in something like this if you enjoyed this kind of episode. So thank you guys again for hanging out with us. We're just a bunch of gecko nerds chatting and yapping. So for you to stick around this long, you guys are the absolute best. We do this just because we like having fun, but if you're having fun with us, it's even better.
All right. See you guys. See you on the next one.
Later.
Hey, if you've enjoyed this video and want to encourage me to make more Gargoyle Gecko content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend, and maybe check out one of the videos right over there. I'll see you next time on Gecko Cove.